Hello people of the internet, my name is Johnny and welcome to a very late FNaF 2 movie news video, but we've gotten brand new teasers from Scott. So if you guys are excited for the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie releasing in only less than 1 month's time here on December 5th, scroll down, tickle that subscribe button. Subscribing to this very channel is the best way to stay up to date with everything going on with this movie. You do not want to miss out on a second of news. So quickly, before we hop into the movie news, let's start off with more general FNaF news. And first up are these plushies of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy in the form of Tubbz ducks, and honestly, these guys are incredibly adorable. Super accurate to the characters as well. Like, these plushies genuinely look fantastic for being, well, rubber ducks. From Hex, we've also seen the reveal of a Springtrap keychain. We knew this guy was coming up because we also got a brand new look at a puppet keychain that's going to be releasing alongside Springtrap here. And then keychains of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, they're also coming soon. And then in the background of Dawko's latest video is our first look at the Vanny plushie. Now, obviously, this is still an early prototype of Vanny, but I see fans already loving the look of her. Dawko has already confirmed the eyes will be bigger. So I'd love to know what are your thoughts on the first look at the Vanny Hex plushie. And then speaking of plushies, the Living Tombstone X Five Nights at Freddy's Youtooz plushies are coming out very soon on November 14th, and they're only going to be available for 4 weeks only. And lastly, we got brand new t-shirts here from Hot Topic featuring a whole bunch of FNaF characters: Withered, Foxy, Springtrap, the Mangle, etc. But now, finally, let's move on to the juicy stuff, the FNaF 2 movie news. Marketing continues to pick up. As you can see here, we got a billboard featuring the FNaF 2 poster with the toys, as well as a mural of the FazTalker. They just love promoting that device. The billboard was spotted in LA, the mural is in Colombia, so they're really going broad here with their marketing. We've also gotten confirmation that alongside the popcorn buckets that we're getting a ton of, theater chains will also be offering this Freddy Fazbear's Pizza box. Honestly, the best way to watch the FNaF 2 movie with a slice of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And then speaking of popcorn buckets, last time we took a look at a whole bunch, including this Jack in the Box bucket. And we've also gotten confirmation that a Freddy's Cupcake Bonanza arcade game, you know, kind of the prize machine from Help Wanted 2, that's getting a drink bottle. And now forgive me for kind of speed running through all of that FNaF news, but I really want to get on to the brand new teasers and looks at FNaF 2. First up, McKenna Grace, who plays Lisa, one of the filming crew members in the movie. She posted a TikTok with Withered Foxy in parts and service. And this guy looks so menacing. We saw his jump scare at the end of the second trailer, and I still just cannot get over these Withereds. They look so good. Foxy here just peeking out from that tarp in parts and service. Cannot imagine being on set, turning a quarter, and then being greeted by this guy. They just look so creepy, especially Withered Chica here in our next teaser. This was taken at the recent secret FNaF 2 event, the party. Strangely enough, this is the only photo that we have of Withered Chica at the event. No one else who went there has mentioned her being there, so really seems like she actually snuck her way into the event here. But she just looks so creepy, standing behind the carousel there, just in the corner. No life in her eyes, quite literally. She's in that iconic T-pose as well. I love the look of these Withered so much. This shot makes her look so creepy. I really hope the film itself has scenes like this. So I'd love to know, what are your thoughts on these two brand new teasers of the Withered animatronics, Withered Foxy, Withered Chica? What are your thoughts? They look so creepy. I love the look of these guys. Oh my gosh, I could gush about these guys for days. And then also something that I will gush about is we got a brand new look at the security office in FNaF 2, and this thing looks incredible. It was part of a brand new TV spot that included this brand new footage of the office, a brand new clip of McKenna Grace in front of the music box as well, which we are going to get to, as well as a slightly longer shot of Mangle waking up, the endoskeleton head booting up. But really, the main thing we got to talk about from this TV spot is the office, because it looks like it has been ripped right out of FNaF 2. The first movie tried to go for a bit more realism with the office, make it look like an actual security office. It didn't even have the 2 doors on the side, just the 1 door over on the left. But FNaF 2 here is really going for game accuracy, but it's still, you know, pretty realistic as well. One of the main things that people notice is that the hallway is not nearly as long as it is in the game. It's still decently long, and I do think it is still going to get the job done. So I'm not too upset about the hallway being shortened here, especially because every other detail about the office is nailed. The star decorations above the archway, you've got the 2 attention exclamation point symbols as well. They've even got the TVs in the corner, all of the kids' drawings on the wall as well. But honestly, the thing that has has me most excited and fans most excited. Right above that vent there, you can see a button for the lights. They are being so accurate to the games. I cannot wait to see Mike actually walk over, have to use the light button to look inside of the vent. I can just imagine like the face, just barely seeing a face through like the grate there in the vent, just barely seeing like Withered Bonnie through the grate. But also we see Withered Bonnie break down through that vent. So how helpful is this light button really going to be? I don't know. It was just so awesome the day that we got this teaser revealed, because fans were going absolutely crazy for a light button, but that's what we do. So I'd love to know, what are your thoughts on the FNAF 2 office being a lot more accurate to the game and not really going for a more realistic take like the FNAF 1 movie? Personally, like I said, I'm a massive fan. I think it looks perfect. And now let's move on to the brand new teasers we got from Scott himself, because literally just right now over on the FNAF Scott Games Twitter account, we got 4 brand new images from Scott. So let's start off with the first one. And as you can see here, it is the character that we are presuming to be Charlie at what is likely her birthday party, or at least some birthday party, the grand reopening of Freddy's here. You can see all of the patrons around, gathered around the tables, eating pizzas, drinking, having a good time. But Charlie, at least to me, it seems like she's spotted something across the room. Maybe she's seeing the yellow rabbit lure some kid, or at least making his way to go kidnap a kid that we see in the trailer. But your thoughts and theories on this brand new look of the character, I'd love to know in the comments down below. The second teaser has director Emma Tammy, and now at first, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on in this image, you know, just the cast and the crew doing their job, working on the movie. But we can see exactly what Emma is looking at. We can see exactly the scene that they're filming, and when you turn up the brightness, you can see a face with glowing white eyes. But not just any face, because this looks like the puppet. Of course, you've got the completely white face, the giant black mouth, the giant black eye sockets, and we have seen the puppet rock glowing white eyes in the past. You can also just barely make out through the grain the tear streaks down the mask. But what's super interesting is that it really looks like the puppet here has hair. And the working theory right now that I absolutely adore is that this is none other than Lisa, McKenna Grace's character. Not only would it explain the hair, but also we know that McKenna Grace's character is going to interact with the puppet, is going to see the puppet. When her and the crew are doing that paranormal investigating that we see at the start of the first full-length trailer, she goes down some stairs, goes underneath the show stage and finds the puppet's box, finds a small music box, which we're going to talk about in a quick second here. The puppet's music box opens up, and then we see Lisa scream. So while I really do not think McKenna Grace's character is going to be the puppet, it really seems like they're gonna make Charlie out to be the puppet. It just, you know, it wouldn't make sense to adapt Charlie, Henry, all those characters and switch it up from the game lore and not have Charlie be the puppet. I'm thinking maybe this will be a scene similar to like the crying child Easter egg in the first movie, if you guys remember that. How like one of the ghost kids screamed and we saw the black tear marks from them. I'm wondering if this is going to be like a quick jump scare type Easter egg where we see McKenna Grace has been kind of turned into this you know, puppet fusion. It is such a cool idea, but also kind of strange. You know, it seems kind of weird to imply that this character is the puppet or some form of the puppet, even when we really do think that's going to be Charlie. So maybe we're completely off with this guess, but again, your thoughts and theories, I'd love to know. Who do you think this is? I do think it's the puppet, but speaking of the music box, we can see Charlie holding the tiny music box that we see McKenna Grace inspect. You know, in that scene where she's observing the giant puppet box, in front of the puppet box is this smaller music box that's actually playing the tune, and we know that this is Charlie holding it because of those black and white stripes. We saw Charlie wear that in the second full-length trailer, again, when she's on the show stage holding the child. That is Charlie. She is holding the music box. I mean, come on, guys. The music box that's in front of the puppet box, as well as the black and white stripes. This character is Charlie. She is going to be the puppet. It is so obvious. Now, I think what's going to be pretty interesting is that I'm pretty sure this is going to be the item. You know, in the second full-length trailer, we saw that William keeps, like, different items and artifacts, belongings from the children that he murders. I think this music box is going to be the item that he takes from Charlie. I think she has this music box. I'm sure, like, Henry made it for her or something. She gets killed. William keeps the music box, and it ends up, you know, being located around the puppet's music box underneath the show stage. And that is what lures McKenna Grace downstairs. So yeah, that's my working theory. And now finally for teasers, as you can see, we got Mike here in the security office, and in front of him is Balloon Boy. I feel like I know exactly what is happening here. Balloon Boy, as you can see on the monitor, there is an access denied message. I think Balloon Boy being in the office has disrupted whatever system Mike is trying to use right now. And I'm sure Balloon Boy is laughing his butt off, and Mike is covering his ears trying to block out his laughter. What's interesting though is that his flashlight, you can see it off to his left. Now, I don't know if Balloon Boy is going to disrupt the flashlight anymore, or if he now disrupts, again, as we can see, something on the computer, so maybe the cameras. But I would not be surprised if this scene then leads us into the scene where we see Mike trying to flash Foxy. It's not working out. Foxy ends up running down the hallway, jump scaring Mike as we see at the end of the trailer. I just cannot wait, man. I love that they're actually adapting the gameplay of FNAF 2. There was a giant criticism I had for the first movie. Mike never actually really played FNAF. He never checked the cameras, never tried to conserve his power, never had to close a door. This time though, he's got to use the light to check the vents. He's got to watch out for Balloon Boy. He's got to be careful of his flashlight. He checks down the hallway. He's gonna see like the toys and the Withereds down the hallway. He's wearing his mask. So I'm gonna stop rambling and gushing about this movie, but my god, does it look awesome. I'd love to know, what are your thoughts on all the brand new looks at FNAF 2? Are you excited? Again, the movie comes out in less than a month's time now. Your thoughts, theories, everything. I want to hear it down in those comments. Thank you all so much for watching this news video, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Goodbye.